Hello, friends, and welcome to the Union Labor Advisory Network. I'm Mike Fina. Today, I'm extremely proud and privileged to have a good friend, Jesse Hernandez from Learnings and Missteps, on the call today with the ULA viewers to talk a little bit more about what Jesse's been doing, how he started to collaborate, and his business with Debt Builder. So, Jesse, thanks for joining the show today. Again, appreciate all you do for labor. Great to be partnered up and collaborating with you. And again, just can't thank you enough for all you've been doing to support labor and all the videos and podcasts that you've been doing as well. Very inspirational.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike, man. It's pretty awesome, right? We've come quite a long way from when you and I first connected. You gave me the opportunity to interview you on the Learnings and Missteps podcast. And then after that, it was like, hey, we need to do some more stuff. I said, yeah, let's do this because it's all in support of the trades. You know, I come from the trades. It's been a long time since I've done any work on my tools. Now I use different tools, but really figuring out how to get the message out, how to celebrate the men and women that are out there doing the work every day that keep our country rolling. It's an awesome privilege. And the fact that people listen is like super cool. And watching you break out and start to put more stuff out into the omniverse, it's exciting. And I'm hoping, I think what I see is there's more and more people that are in the trades and in labor that are starting to experiment with it and starting to do their own thing. And that's what we need. That's what our industry needs so desperately right now.
Yeah. So I know we've been talking about for the past couple, months, almost a year, really, just going on, and just reaching out, trying to find inspirational people within the trades to interview. Obviously the big push in vocational job opportunities, and we're in a new year now, so it's starting to see a lot of Instagram posts about here's some trade opportunities. Make sure you get on the calendar. Maybe some stories that you've had, I guess recent interviews that you've had as well that might have you found inspiration in, you could share with us.
Oh yeah, man, for sure. So recently, I mean, the three that stand out is Kasha, who you connected us with. What was interesting was she comes across very easygoing, kind of super curious, but it was clear that she made like a pretty significant transition in her life from one career pathway to becoming an iron worker. And then every time she talks about being an iron worker, being in the apprenticeship, passing her test, she had just recently graduated, like she just lit up with so much enthusiasm and like her vision for her future just had so much more energy, I think, than where she was prior to making the decision to come into the trades. Also got to interview Miss Carol Raftery that you also connected us with. And she was so much fun. And that's another thing. You've probably seen it, right? Is when you're interviewing people, there's this like level of nervousness up front. But once we get to talking about the things that they love and really the impact that they're having on other people as a result of having a career in the trades, whatever trade it is, all of a sudden that nervousness goes away. They light up and they're on fire. And then you can really feel their energy about it. And then the last one, I interviewed Judalyn Cassidy on the OG Spotlight. And she's just amazing. She was in her car, like she wasn't worried about it. And just her energy and her passion for tools and tiaras and her focus on women in the trades. She has this whole thing set up so that she brings women to teach these young ladies, expose them to all the different trades, not just one trade. She's a plumber by trade, and she's doing bricklaying. She's doing all kind, like any trade she can possibly expose young ladies to, she's doing it. And it's that kind of stuff that's like, man, those kinds of things make me feel like, man, I'm slacking. I need to pick up my game and do more so that we can get the word out about the amazing careers that are available in this industry, because they're largely unknown, right? People don't really know about them until the power goes out, or until you got a leak, or until you need something fixed. Then all of a sudden it's like, man, I need me one of them tradespeople.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I mean, with COVID and just utilizing social media today to highlight jobs and careers that are in the trades, and you're watching, influencers and social media tradespeople just out there taking photos of their job, building America. It really is inspiring, and they put it to music, and it just makes me all pumped up. And I love to add it to my stories because those inspirational photos, I believe, really just drive opportunities. Say this is what a career could look like, or this is if you really like to use your hands, or you have a skilled trade, this might be the opportunity. Or again, even in the public sector through FDNY, police, fire, all sanitation, just all these different other careers that are out there. It's just kind of sharing, a day in the life of, and this is what can potentially be your career if you choose to do so. Really gets me excited because, like Jesse, we've talked about my career and more in the finance and technology aspect. More money, more driving opportunities to these organizations for pension, welfare, annuities just drives those opportunities for the future, for employment in the economy and our communities as well. So it really gets me pumped, as you know. And again, you're a guy that gets me inspired and with your energy. So I love it. And just as we kind of transition, this is something that you've been doing for a while as well. But what was your career prior to this, or some of the jobs that you have to actually pay the bills, keep the lights on, keep you doing what you do today?
Oh man, it's funny. A lot of people ask me like, "What do you actually do?" Like, well, it's a little different. So I came up as a plumber, but that was way back, right? It's been, I don't know, 10, 15 years since I've done plumbing. I got into lean construction when I was working for TD Industries here in San Antonio. And what that helped me, how should I say it? That helped me tap into some potential that I had no idea that I had. It helped me get out of my own way. There's a lot of tools and there's a thinking about it. But anyhow, I fell in love with it because I'm like, man, these systems, I can teach them, right? Like, one, I can use them to make me very productive and progress in my career, and that happened. But I can also teach other people how to use these or how to apply these systems to make their day better. And if their day's better, we're more productive. If we're more productive, we make more money. And like, truth be told, when I first started, the whole point was just to put more money in my pocket. Company I work for, I got a bonus if the job finished under budget. A percentage of that savings was distributed back to the team. So if I could make any kind of savings, I was putting money in my pocket. So I was figuring that out. That led to more opportunities because I was applying the lean concepts and lean thinking. I had bandwidth to contribute more to people and more to the organization, which then, of course, the company invested in me and I got promotions, blah, blah, blah. Then I got a job with the large general contractor, and they said, hey, we want you to come and be our regional lean manager for the central region of the United States, which meant I'd be supporting team members in the different business units in that region in introducing other people into down their lean journey, application of the last planner system and problem solving, this sort of thing. And I didn't know like I could do it because, the week before I was working for a mechanical contractor here in San Antonio. All of a sudden I'm going to go work for this big, gigantic organization. And turned out I wasn't too bad at it. And I learned more. And so that's when my understanding of lean went from optimizing output to making things better for people. And I mean, that's really an important distinction for me, because I think all of us in our work, we're seeking fulfillment. And there's a small percentage of time that we actually spend in our day-to-day jobs that gives us fulfillment. Some of us are fortunate in that the whole day could be that way. But I discovered that by serving others, by using this thinking and these techniques to remove the burden in poorly designed work, that was ultra fulfilling for me. So it shifted my mind. I started really learning how to appreciate people and how to help leaders demonstrate appreciation for their people by getting involved and taking out all the hard stuff. Because every leader wants their team to succeed. They want their team to excel because that helps the leader excel. But we often don't have those tools or the thinking mindset to apply to make that happen reliably. And so, anyways, I started kind of tinkering around with approaching it differently, which led to me spending a lot of one-on-one time with people and also working long term with small groups. And that's when I was like, okay, that's the stuff. That's the thing that makes me feel like I've contributed into somebody else's life. So when COVID hit, I had plenty of time to think. Like, I didn't necessarily know this was the thing that I loved and I needed to do more of. But when I was sitting at home, because I was in a traveling role, and they said, you need to stay home because you get around, and like, I would be putting people at risk. So I had plenty of time to think. And so what I did was I evaluated. I loved the job. It was a dream job. It was amazing. But there was a small chunk of it that was just, I could do forever and ever, and like not even think about eating or sleeping. It was so fulfilling. And it was working with people one-on-one and working with small groups long term. So I just said, okay, how do I do this full time? Like, I need to figure out how to spend all of my time doing that. And so that's where my super Jesse style generic business plan came into play. I said, okay, I'm going to need 18 months of cash to start my business so that I can figure out how to start a business, buy a house because I need a real job to get financing to buy a house because I want to renovate the house that I was living in. And so I started working down that path and came to the point where I had the house, had the cash, and said, okay, I got to start my business. And that's when I launched Depth Builder, which was like April of this year. So the way I make money now is by consulting, primarily consulting general contractor firms. I do some work with some trade partners, and what we're focused on, I guess the best way to describe it is helping them solve a problem, a business problem on the job site. And so it's like hands-on, it's intense, it's a major commitment from my client. And in another case, I have a client, amazing client, and I've been lucky, Mike. Like, I've been super lucky in the type of clientele that I'm working with. Like, their leaders, their executives, and their directors, their senior leadership out on the job site, they're all in. They're not like sitting in the back critiquing. They're in the middle of it. They're committing their time to learn this thinking, learn these techniques, really get into study and understand how to better serve the people doing the work. Now, it's an intense commitment from them, but in the end, all the time, like, even the people that are like, cross-armed and like, yeah, what is this goofy stuff? At the end of it, they're like, man, this stuff ain't too bad. Like, okay, like this is really helping us. And the magic part, like, and it's kind of hard to sell, right? But the magic part is the relationships amongst them and amongst their subcontractors or trade partners start getting better along the way by virtue of being together, working on a problem together, learning together. All of a sudden, they're not at each other's throats anymore. They're attacking a problem together, and it makes for a better day. So that's how I earn my money. Yeah. All the rest of the stuff is just me having fun. And I shouldn't say having fun. Like the Learnings and Missteps podcast, that's on purpose to enhance the image of careers in the trades. Working with you, Mike, that's on purpose because your energy, your focus, the way you want to serve, that's the kind of people I need to surround myself with. I've also got No BS with Jen and Jess that Jennifer Lacey and I do. We do that live stream every other Saturday. That's so that we can help people get some practice, get some reps in on being more vulnerable, because we discovered along the way that one of the things that really makes work, or the work life kind of suck, is we're so guarded that we can't be human. We don't give ourselves permission to be human. And that's not a fun place to be. Like if I got to go to work and I'm spending 8, 10, 12, 16 hours a day at work and I can't be who I am, that's a miserable state of mind. And so what we started doing was having conversations, like the imperfect conversations about the human side of business. And that community continues to grow. And of course, we wrote a book, the Lean in Love, which is kind of awesome. That to even say that, right? Even I was thinking back, looking on 2022, and like, man, I got friends like, bro, like you wrote a book. I'm like, I know, that's crazy, man. It's kind of awesome. Co-authored a book, but I think here's the thing: is 2 years ago when I had that time to sit and really evaluate, how do I contribute best? How do I best serve the world? And getting that answer and putting all my energy and focus towards that has unlocked and revealed so much, like just amazing beauty in my life, it's hard to sit back and think, I've written lists, the top 100 or the bucket list stuff, all of those things. They're baby stuff compared to what I've experienced the past couple years through focusing on contribution and serving others.
Yeah, Jesse, it's great. I mean, again, just hearing you speak as well, and just watching you and you called it your tribe as well, right? So it's a tribe of all people, of like-minded individuals to help serve others and really educate, about the trades and what's going on in the field. And it gets me all excited too, because again, when you look at the trades and you're talking about lean and your other business that you have, really working collectively as a team for the best interest of an organization, a project, a job. And when I look at these construction fields, everybody's working collectively as a team, and in high risk jobs. And if you're not working collectively, it's dangerous. So
absolutely,
all these things come into play, and again, just to learn, continuously look to learn from others, learn from you, and again, your tribe of like-minded individuals. And if we can, continuously collect, share these ideas, these particular stories, I think that'll enhance the career and jobs of people's lives, and that's what we're really here to, intend to do. So, again, like I said, I look forward to future collaborations and interviews with inspirational people in the trades and other professions as we look to grow out our tribe and supporting others and supporting the trade. So I can't thank you enough. Look forward to future things in 2023, which has been great. 2022 has been great. A lot of, I guess it's, I don't know, say scared, but, you just, those risks, or, just jump in, just do it. I think it was one of the things that we said, just do it. And, do things that I guess that you're afraid of, because you learn from them and just, grow. So thank you again, Jesse. Appreciate everything that you do. And I look forward to future conversations in the future. So thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike.